everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to ChasingCinema.com's official YouTube channel. I am your host, Jacob Tiranno, and this is my Week 35 update of my 365-day movie challenge. That's right, I start here at day 238, venturing that much closer to my 365-day challenge. Sorry for the delay this week. I told you guys it was going to be a little bit late. I was going to be out of town. My birthday was on Monday. Please hold the applause. Just kidding, I know you guys aren't applauding. After this week, so this will be my Week 35 update. It'll be out, but Tuesday, we'll be back on track every Tuesday where I'll publish my weekend updates. So this is going to only be around for a short while until my new update's up. But nonetheless, let's hop right into it. Day 238 of 365-day movie challenge. I began week 35 by watching the 2010 documentary Rubble Kings. And Rubble Kings is an insightful and well-crafted documentary as it looks at the rise in gang activity and violence in the Bronx. It has some wonderful interviews, but the magic really comes in the real footage they're showing. You know, they're showing archival footage, and we're showing like real footage throughout the times. And just witnessing this real footage that was caught on camera is quite amazing. Now, Rubble Kings isn't the most fascinating documentary, but it is a film with a message and a meaning. That if rival gangs can make peace, then why can't the rest of the world? You know, the movie talks about how rivaling gangs kind of come together. Watching this was a real way to witness an infamous story in a really beautiful piece of New York history, especially the Bronx's history. It's quite fascinating. Day 239, I finally got around to watching Daddy's Home, which stars Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell. And this was a film that I did not plan on watching, but being, you know, coming off of being sick and things like that, I was looking for a really good comedy. And I didn't get one by watching Daddy's Home. Daddy's Home excels only because of the chemistry between Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg. Other than that, the film is really, really weak. I mean, it's filled with unoriginal, uncreative jokes that just don't really land. I mean, I didn't laugh really until the final 10 minutes of the movie. It's not that it's awful, it's just forgettable. There's nothing in there to make it stand out from these comedies that we've been seeing. Unless you're a huge fan of Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg, I can sadly say you should skip this one. Day 240 of the 365-day movie challenge, I watched the 2012 Morgan Spurlock documentary, Mansom. Now, I chose Mansom because I'm a huge fan of Morgan Spurlock. I love Morgan Spurlock. Super Size Me, and 30 Days, the 30 Days show he did on FX or Fox, I can't remember which one it was. I enjoy his work, but I quickly realized that the decision to watch this movie was not a good one. Mansom is a paper-thin documentary that doesn't say much at all. It's a clunky collection of scenes that never feel like a complete work. They never feel really woven in. And then it tries to add comedy by watching, as they make us watch Will Arnett and Jason Bateman get pampered. They're getting massages, and they're going to the spa. And for whatever reason, for what reason that's in there, I have no idea, because it feels really scripted. It's not funny, and it just feels like it's really trying too hard. It's just a random film that these scenes are connected by a thread. It's really baffling. I had no idea what this movie was trying to say. I don't know what I was supposed to get from the movie, but the only thing I realized is that I made a mistake. Day 241 of the 365-day movie challenge, I watched a film called Small is Beautiful, a tiny house documentary. Yes, another documentary. I was on a documentary kick, which I get into a lot, I know. But it's kind of watching up as many documentaries as I can now, because in October, I'm doing all horror movies during the month of October. And then in December, all holiday movies. So chances for documentaries are going to be coming very, very slim. Maybe I could throw like a documentary about horror films or a specific horror film in there, or holiday movies, but it's going to be very, very rare. So I'm trying to watch as many as I can, and Netflix pumps them out like crazy, and most of them always appeal to me. I'm always like, oh, let me check this out. Anyway, back to the point. Small is Beautiful, a tiny house documentary, is like the previous film I mentioned, Manson. It doesn't have much to say, and there's no real meaning. It follows a few people who are going through the struggle of building their tiny houses, and tiny houses are pretty much a way to help the environment and help, people live in these really, really small homes. It kind of became like a hugely popular thing. And it also talks about how these tiny homes are changing those individuals or acting as their therapy. Some people look at it as a therapy to kind of leave big houses and homes behind and put all their life into this small, this small living space to be, like I said, environment friendly, to relieve stress off of themselves, to give themselves a more nature enriched living. But it didn't make me feel anything. I didn't care about the subjects or their journey. So overall, it isn't an awful film. It just doesn't try to push technical boundaries or have a strong theme or really make it worthwhile. Day 242 of the 365-day movie challenge, I watched the 2013 documentary film, Legends of the Night. And Legends of the Night was awesome. I really, really appreciate this movie. Why? Because it is dedicated to the one and only Batman. No, it's not about Bruce Wayne, but it's about the lives that this character has touched. Legends of the Night tells the stories of multiple people who were and are inspired by the Dark Knight, the Caped Crusader himself, and it's extremely touching. Being someone that I think was heavily influenced by Batman and heavily touched by Batman, I could relate to these people. This isn't the best documentary as far as a technical level, but you could tell it's made by a true Batman fan. And I would say it's not as moving as Bat Kid Begins, a documentary I watched that also talked about the influence of Batman earlier this year. But like that film, it celebrates an inspirational character, an important character in our pop culture. It is perfect for Batman fans or for those who appreciate the art of comic books, because it really kind of validates the respect that medium deserves. And though mostly now people have widely accepted graphic novels and comics as a strong medium, some still just feel like they're children's playthings or reading things, and that's obviously the farthest thing from this case. Legends of the Night really talks about overcoming adversities and using our heroes and idols to do so. It's about being a good person, and any movie that tries to spout that message, I'm all about. Day 243 of the 365-day movie challenge, I watched the new film from filmmaker Kevin Smith, Yoga Hosers. Yoga Hosers was harmless fun. No, it's definitely not for anyone, but it will find its audience, I think, even beyond Kevin Smith's fan base. It's not great, but I give Smith credit for constantly changing things up. If you watch Tusk, his previous film, and then watch this man jumped mediums by and large. The guy who did Clerks, to the guy who did Jersey Girl, to the guy who did, Zack and Miri Make a Porno, to do Tusk, to this. I mean, he is constantly trying out new things and doing things that are out of the norm. And I respect people who do that. Even though it's not a complete hit, I think that you have to respect someone who tried to leave their comfort zone and the common zone of what we accept in theaters. It's a lot of surface, meaning that it lacks depth and material and the material to bring it to another level, or to even make it a classic. However, I think it'll make you smile if you can manage to uncross your arms and give Kevin Smith's new film a chance. I quite enjoyed it. And we're wrapping up this week, day 244 of the 365-day challenge, by watching the 2013 film Begin Again. Begin Again is a charming film that works because of the chemistry shared between the two leads, and that's Keira Knightley and Mark Ruffalo. It also manages to really boast a passion for music, and I think that's really touching. Even though a lot of it doesn't seem very realistic or very honest to the music industry, it has heart. It's kind, and it's a film that is simply delightful to watch. It'll just kind of make you smile. There are moments of emotion and drama and a lot of comedy. It's a bit too long for my taste, but I found it to be still enjoyable. And I really want to point out that there's one fascinating scene in that movie. And, obviously this movie is about Keira Knightley, who is a songwriter who wants to get her music produced. She runs into Mark Ruffalo, who used to be a part of this record company, who was recently fired, and on a drunken binge, he hears Keira Knightley, and as she's performing her song, we get to see him kind of zoom in on her, and then in his mind start putting other instruments in the song. And, the song comes alive. We see the piano going, the violin going, but no one's playing him. And he's able to make this song into an actual hit, and it's really, really an awesome sequence. That's gonna wrap it up for my 365-day update for week 35. I hope you enjoyed it. My pick of the week is definitely Legends of the Night. A very, very cool and interesting watch, especially if you are a Batman fan. Begin Again is also good, like I said, but a lot of the documentaries I watched this week weren't too good. Neither was the few films that I watched. Well, not films, but narrative films. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this week. If you enjoyed this update, make sure to slap a like on it. Also, to never miss a video, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Now, by the time you're seeing this, chances are our review for Sully, the new film from Clint Eastwood, is up. Make sure to click that white eye. You'll also find some great links of other things I've been doing, including my Gene Wilder tribute and some other fun stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to ChasingCinema.com. If you have any suggestions or comments, let me know down here in the comment sections below. My name is Jacob Tiranno, and please continue chasing cinema.